Hello, party people. It's Malcolm. I'm just doing a little quickie iPhone update, and I've been just trying to get a little cleaner around here. Um, Basically, I have some folks coming from Australia, and they're making a little Bay Area tour, and I wanted to clean things up, have things looking nice for their arrival. So that's always a nice thing to have, is a little benchmark like, oh, it has to be clean and kind of not messy looking by this point in time. So it helps you get a little motivated. So I've been motivated. One of the things that I did, currently I have these two Cowboy Studio soft boxes, which have done me very well. They provide a nice flat light, but as you can see, I have two, and I have more layout over here. And so this is not working at all, of course, this little setup. So I decided to purchase some lighting, and I got this, what is it called? Hyper, whatever that is. That. LED 4000. And let's see how it looks here. Whoa! Yes, that will do it. So you can see it's still a mess back here, but it's really gonna change things around here. That's without, that's with. So that is going to be great. So I'm gonna get those guys up in place of these Cowboy Studio lights. Gonna have one here, and one here. And that should provide enough light, I'm thinking. Keep them about as high as these guys are now, and we'll see how that goes. So what I have going as far as a progress report for today, other than getting the lights, and I also have cleaned up a little bit down here, just reorg stuff. I still have some little bits and bobs, but it's looking a little bit better. And then what I'm going to do is there's going to be a nice little drape, boom, down here and down here, which will really help because I'll be able to store stuff in there, which is really, you know, I need to do another pass. I probably need to get some more of these little, just little plastic shelving units for underneath here, but that'll be nice because stuff will be stored down there neatly, but I can also boom down with the drape and I won't have to see it, which will be great. As far as progress on the layout goes, I did a little reorg of Shizuka. Still not super happy with it. It's getting there. But yeah, it's not, you know, that's like a tertiary at this point. I did this guy, this little residential area of Kiwamura, and that's looking a little better. I'm going to have a street coming through this area here, street coming through here. So things are working out. This guy, this big tree is not going to be right there, but it's coming together. It's coming together. What else? I have done nothing over here. So why are we looking at it? I don't know. But I did do a little work here. I got this, you know, some more stuff tightened up on this bridge. Can't remember if I covered it, but I put this bridge, this one, I made out of styrene and stuff. Pretty good first effort. I really like the little archy stuff going on, even though I broke some off. Got to watch these big man paws. Just like doing some camera work and just came boom right through there and took it right off. But that was over here, boom, right next to this guy, and wasn't working out because I wanted to put some stuff up here and I wanted to have, you know, make it look right. And so I was going to yank it out. I was going to pull off some of these things and reuse them to make a new bridge. And then I said, wait, why don't I beef up this area? So I have Kiwamura here. Kiwamura kind of is running between Shizuka and Soyokaze. So here's the Soyokaze section over here. Soyokaze Harbor, the temple, the little like villagey area. the area in the back, which is new. I filled that in. I'll cover that in a minute. And the township. And then Kiwamura is kind of running in between, if you kind of picture it. So they have a residential area, and it goes off into that station area we'll take a look at later, and the factory. And then Shizuoka is over here. And so I wanted to do this raised thing here just to get a little different level thing going. So I did that, and then I took the bridge that was over there and plopped it in between the two, and I think it's working out pretty well. And it kind of is neat because the train goes under it. I'm going to do a little support in the middle, I think, now that I know it's really going to live there, and I think that'll be fun. And so I worked on this guy here. This has been kind of a work in progress. I put in some more fencing over on this side. And what's going to happen down here, where there's all this gappy stuff going on, it's just going to be some scenery. Let's fill that in. Little bushes in here, bushes down here, tree, something. Fill that in, and then you won't see it. Presto, like magic. And then I have a new bridge that I've been working on here. This is the kind of the back side of it. And so that's going to be kind of weathered up a little bit, kind of messy looking, some water drippy stuff going, more scenery down there to block the seams. And I think that'll work out. And now we're going to do the duck under. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Hey, we made it. So this is the other side. So you can see I'm just doing styrene and foam, kind of building that out. And then I have a little walkway with a barrier. That's kind of nice. And then I used, this part here is foam core, and then I put styrene here to kind of have a nice little level. And then this area that you're seeing underneath is going to be more shrubbery and whatnot. So that's working out. It's a little thin, you know. It could stand some dolling up, but it's getting there. And then little details like these little stairs you can kind of see there, so people can actually walk off onto the path, come down the path, and walk up onto the bridge. So that's fun stuff. This was already here, but I'll show you anyway. This is the Tomitech stuff. It's working out nicely. So it's fun. It's like a nice little level. Doesn't really get in the way too much, but I think it's a nice little scene. And then this street would come here in this vague area, ooh, magic, and connect up with this area, which is another area I've been working on. What I did was I put in this little barrier here, make it a little more realistic looking, because it was this basically, there's a level here where the unit tram track plates were, and then a level down here, and it just looked weird. So I put this little wall in, retaining wall, put this little road in, little styrene, and that's going to be blended in. Might come in with a little darker for there, and then some scenery work. And I started playing around with the walkway. Whoop, where is it? Here it is. This walkway, and it's going to have more styrene in on this thing. It's just styrene, and it leads to this little walkway through these buildings, which I kind of like. So again, playing with the depth. It's a good 8 feet. So it's going to have a barrier up here for cars. Have a barrier. Let's lift this building up over here for cars. You can see on the other side. Kind of blocks it. And then I built in some stairs so people can get down from this little walkway here, down the stairs. See there, just made out of styrene. Down those stairs, la-di-da. So it's coming along. I think that's kind of a fun little addition. You've got the park little area, and then I'll have walkways and more road and whatnot. That was on the end of this section last time, but I moved that. It's part of the moving I did. I did a little Again, not sure if I covered it, but I put up some more little posters and wall-mounted advertising based on what I've seen in Japan. There's a lot of advertising on walls, so I'm doing a lot of that. Did that there. There's Miss Portman. These are all Japanese ads. There's Totoro. And this guy on the side is awesome. One of my faves from a movie. See that? Alright. So that's coming along. And I'm still playing around with that whole thing. I cut this guy down. This craziness, this board. So now there's some room here, there's some room back here, so there's going to be a roadway that comes through here. This is not going to stay bare wood, don't worry. I talked to somebody about, I'm trying to keep this shorter, but I talked to somebody about this wood grain here. I had just tried painting it, see how that went, and you can still see this wood grain. I was like, oh, maybe it looks like street. It doesn't look like street. So what he suggested is actually sanding it and then coming in with another layer of paint. So we'll see how that goes. I might try just painting it one more time with a thicker layer of paint. I might try to do Smooth It. I'm a big fan of Smooth It. This is the Smooth It product. And unfortunately here it got pockmarked, but most of the time it comes out pretty nice. It looks like road, and then you paint it, and it's nice and smooth, hence the name. But we'll see. I did this, ouch, I did this area in the back, and I think I might have covered it last time, I'm not 100% sure. But this part here is the same kind of deal. So it's this pink foam, you can find it anywhere. And what I did was I use it as a little module, boop, plop it right in. This bridge is a free-floating bridge at the moment. It's probably going to stay free-floating because I like being able to pull this out and work on it. And so what I'm able to do is just pull out the section, take it inside, work on it, and then plop it back in. And so I'm going to do the same thing with these sections. Tom Barbalet of the Model Rail Radio podcast. If you're not a member, you should check it out. If you're a hobbyist who likes model railroad. ModelRailRadio.com. He suggested I had this area open so I can come up in the back, which I haven't done in months. Anyway, so I put in some styrene in the back, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, you know, build that up with structures and scenery, just like I did over there. And you can see once it's done up, it, you know, it blends in really well. It's a nice little feature. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have, you can see this road goes through, so that road's going to go through. It's going to branch off over here, connect up over on this side. This is good. Again, this is more of an industrial area, so I moved my little custom, you know, truck rental, whatever that is, along with the build of the hillside there. And this is more of like an industrial area. This area is more of a continuation of this little town area, as you can see. So it'll have that kind of town look and feel. And then this area will be a continuation of the older style buildings and whatnot. And so I think that's working out pretty well. There's going to be a lot of trees and stuff back there. I'm still going to do my thing, even though I'm going to have my lights up. And it seems like you can see with this tree in the back, not getting a tree shadow, which is good. I'm getting a little house shadow, but not a tree shadow. So the trees are probably going to be in that range because I really don't like shadows in the backdrop. It makes me crazy. And so, yeah, with the lighting I have, I think that'll be good to have them a little bit in the front. And that should work out nicely. What else have I done? I think that's about it. I think that's enough. So, yeah, thanks for watching. That's a little progress report. Wait a little bit longer progress report, but I had a lot to do. Oh, and I'm thinking of, I have this area down here which is just dribs and drabs storage crap. I'm gonna mount this guy up here, boom, before the Australians show up, so that looks cleaner. I'm gonna take care of all these cords and wires, and you know, I use these drawers for things, but they need to be cleaned up as well. But I have an old fish light from an old fish tank, and I'm thinking about mounting it right up here, so I can just go click and have a nice light right underneath here. So I think that'll be a nice little feature as well. Phew! All right, I think that's it. So with that said, the main focus right now is to get the lights up and get the little drapery action going in time for our visitors to show up, so we can have a nice presentation. And we're going to be hitting a lot of different Bay Area layouts during their visit, which will be nice. So maybe I'll do some taping of that and put that up as well, because why not? That's model rail related. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you like these videos. Please comment. Let me know. Say, hey, I hate your videos. Or, hey, I like your videos. Or, hey, they're fine, whatever. Just because it's nice to get feedback. And I hope everything is right in your model railroad hobby world. Thanks all.